The camera world just shifted, and if you were planning on buying a full-frame body this month, you need to stop everything. For years, APS-C was considered the budget choice, the compromise for those who couldn't afford the big glass. But the leaked internal documents for the Canon EOS R7 Mark II just surfaced, and they don't just bridge the gap, they demolish it. We are looking at a baby R5 Mark II that might actually outpace its bigger brothers in speed and precision. Today, we're stripping back the marketing fluff to look at the raw, authentic data behind the most anticipated crop sensor camera of the decade. If you think your current gear is good enough, wait until you see what Canon has been hiding in their R&D labs for 2026. What if I told you that 40 megapixels and 8K video were no longer reserved for the $5,000 Pro tier? There's a reason competitors are likely losing sleep tonight. The Canon R7 Mark II is no longer a rumor, it's a looming reality with FCC filings to prove it. After cross-referencing shipping manifests and Japanese patent leaks, we can finally bring you the definitive look at this machine. This isn't just an incremental update, it's a total strategic pivot. We're talking about a stacked sensor architecture that solves the one fatal flaw of the original R7. Stick around, because by the end of this, you'll know exactly why this is the only camera release that matters this year. Let's get straight to the heart of the matter, the sensor. The original R7 was a powerhouse, but it had a ghost in the machine: rolling shutter. If you were a bird-in-flight photographer or an action sports videographer, that jello effect was the bane of your existence. Authentic reports from supply chain insiders now confirm that Canon has moved to a 39-megapixel BSI, that's backside illuminated, sensor. But here's the kicker, there are two distinct prototypes being tested. One features a traditional BSI design, while the high-tier prototype utilizes a stack layer similar to the technology found in the R3. If the stacked version makes it to the final production line, we are looking at the fastest readout speeds ever seen in a non-full-frame camera. Imagine 40 frames per second with a near-silent electronic shutter and zero distortion. For the wildlife community, this is the holy grail. You aren't just taking photos, you're capturing moments that were physically impossible to freeze before. But why 39 megapixels? Why not 32 or 45? It's all about the pixel pitch. Canon is optimizing this sensor for the reach factor. When you crop into a 39MP APS-C frame, you're getting detail density that rivals a 90-megapixel full-frame sensor. That is a massive advantage for anyone shooting from the sidelines or a bird blind. Now, let's talk about the brain of the beast. The R7 Mark II is rumored to be the first APS-C body to inherit the Digic accelerator. This isn't just a fancy name for a faster processor, it's a dedicated coprocessor designed specifically for deep learning and artificial intelligence. In the premium market, autofocus isn't just about finding a face, it's about prediction. The R7 Mark II's AF system is being built to predict the trajectory of a soccer ball, a racing car, or a hawk diving for prey. It's not just following the subject, it's staying one step ahead of it. For the filmmakers out there, this is where it gets truly wild. The internal specs for video are staggering. We are looking at 8K oversampled video. Yes, 8K on a crop sensor. While some might say that's overkill for social media, for the professional colorist and the high-end commercial shooter, it means one thing: flexibility. You can shoot in 8K and crop in 400% without losing a single ounce of 1080p detail. But the real premium feature is the inclusion of Cinema Raw Light and C-Log 3 internal recording. This puts the R7 Mark II in direct competition with high-end cinema rigs, but with the added benefit of Canon's legendary dual-pixel CMOS AF2. But there's a catch that you need to consider: heat management. Packing an 8K capable sensor into a compact body is a recipe for a meltdown. However, leaked chassis designs show a slightly chunkier body, closer in size to the EOS R6 Mark II. This is to accommodate a passive cooling system that allows for significantly longer record times. No more overheating icons blinking at you during the most important part of a wedding or a live event. Canon is clearly listening to the feedback from the original R7 and R5 launches, and they're building this to be a workhorse, not a toy. Let's pivot to the ergonomics, because if a camera doesn't feel right in your hand, it doesn't matter how many megapixels it has. The R7 Mark II is expected to ditch the polarizing scroll wheel around the joystick design. Instead, we're seeing a return to the classic Pro layout. A dedicated AF on button, a tactile joystick, and a top-down LCD screen for quick setting checks. This is Canon saying they are treating the 7 series with the respect it deserves. This is a professional tool for people who make a living with their glass. Speaking of glass, the RFS lens lineup has been a bit thin. But with the launch of the R7 Mark II, industry analysts are predicting a simultaneous release of L-series equivalent crop lenses. Think 17 to 55mm f/2.8 with premium weather sealing. This is crucial for markets where photographers are often out in the elements. You need a body and lens combo that can survive a Pacific Northwest rainstorm or a dusty safari in the Serengeti. The R7 Mark II is rumored to have the same level of weather sealing as the R3, making it a rugged beast that laughs at a little mud. Now, let's address the elephant in the room, the price. The premium camera market is getting expensive, but Canon knows they have to stay competitive. The projected price point is hovering between $1,899 and $2,199 US. At first glance, that might seem steep for a crop sensor. But when you look at the specs, the 40 frames per second, the 8K video, the AI-driven autofocus, you realize you're getting 90% of the performance of an R5 Mark II for less than half the price. It's a value proposition that is hard to ignore for any serious creator. As we move toward the final release window, which is looking like the second quarter of 2026, the excitement is reaching a fever pitch. But here is the insider tip that most people are missing: the battery. The R7 Mark II is slated to use the new LPE6P Hydra battery. This is the same battery used in the R5 Mark II. It provides the massive voltage needed for those high-speed bursts and 8K processing. If you have a drawer full of old LPE6N batteries, they'll work for basic photos, but you'll need the P series to unlock the true power of this machine. Why does all this matter? Because the R7 Mark II represents the end of the full frame or bust era. It proves that with the right technology, an APS-C sensor can be the primary tool for a professional. It offers the reach for wildlife, the speed for sports, and the resolution for landscapes, all in a package that won't break your back on a long hike. Before we wrap this up, I want to talk about the hidden feature that hasn't been discussed much in the forums, the EVF. The original R7 had a decent viewfinder, but it wasn't pro-grade. The Mark II is rumored to feature a 5.76 million OLED viewfinder with a 120 Hz refresh rate. When you put your eye to that glass, it won't feel like you're looking at a screen, it will feel like you're looking at reality. For those of us who spend hours tracking fast-moving subjects, that lack of lag is the difference between getting the shot and missing it entirely. The R7 Mark II isn't just a camera, it's a statement. But I want to hear from you. Does the 39-megapixel sensor tempt you to switch back from full frame, or are you waiting to see how the rest of the market responds? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, I read every single one. If you found this deep dive helpful, hit the like button and make sure you're subscribed to TechVibe with notifications turned on. We'll be doing a live teardown the second we get our hands on a production unit. So, is the Canon EOS R7 Mark II the Goldilocks camera we've been waiting for? It certainly looks like it on paper. If you're a professional looking for a secondary body, or an enthusiast ready to go pro, this might be the most logical investment of 2026. Don't forget to check the links for the latest price updates and my recommended lens kit. This has been TechVibe, keeping you ahead of the curve. Don't just take photos, make an impact. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.